You are going to love today's tutorial, guys, because it's going to be so easy. So let's bring in a text node on the Fusion page, and then I'm going to paste in the text box a blurb that I got from the internet. This can be anything, but we'll be using this as the background for the text inside text effect. So the first thing we're going to do here is to change the font type, and then let's also change the size setting here as well, just to pull that down a little bit. And then we're also going to pull down the line spacing here as well, just so that it's going to look a little tighter. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to bring in another text node, and then we're going to connect this old one to this new one as a mask. And this is going to be the key to creating the text inside text effect. So in this new text node, let's just write out whatever text that we want. But as we start to bring up the size, you guys will start to see the effect much better. And as you can see, the original text is now being used as a mask for this new text. So now let's come back to the original text here. Any change that we make here, either that is size, line spacing, is going to be reflected in this effect. Personally, I prefer smaller, tighter texts. That just makes the effect pop. But honestly, sky is your limit here. Now I want to introduce another way you can go about creating this, just in case you're interested. So we're going to disconnect this mask first, and then we're going to come to this new text node. Let's go to the shading tab here. Let's change type from solid to image, and then let's drag and drop the original text node here onto the color image setting here. So now, as you can see, we kind of already have the text in an inside text effect just by doing that. Now, one key thing to note here is the mapping level. Right now, it's set to character. So what that means is that that entire background text is used in each character here in this text. Now, if we change that, let's say to false image, this is going to look more like the one that we created before. Now you can play with, let's say, the mapping size or the mapping angle here to create a different look. But yeah, these are the settings that you can definitely experiment with. Now, if we, let's say, change the mapping level to something like text, you may just have to just bump up the mapping size here in order to see the full effect. Personally, I actually like the character level mapping. Now, I'm just going to play with the mapping size here, but I actually think this looks really nice. It gives you a different look and then really help you kind of sell the effect. All right, so now let's talk about animation. And for that, I'm actually gonna go back to the original method here. So let's come to the background text node here. Let's go to the layout tab. One setting we can play with here is the Z setting under rotation. So let's just bring this up a little bit here, and then we're going to go ahead and set a keyframe. And then let's come to the end of this video. Let's just bring this down a bit. And by simply doing that, you see that throughout this entire clip, the background text is going to be moving. That just gives it some movement for this animation. One thing we can also do is to come back to the text tab here and keyframe the write-on setting. Just bring it all the way down. And then let's come to somewhere in the middle of this clip, bring it back up. And now let's go back to the edit page. Just let this effect render. And you can see that by just playing with these two settings, we now have a simple and yet pretty interesting animation created for the text inside text effect. All right, another thing we can do here is to go back to the background text, and then we are gonna click into the text box, right click, and then in the menu select follower, and then let's go to the modifiers tab up top here, change delay to 0.02, and then change order to random but 1 by 1. Now let's go to the shading tab here. Let's keyframe opacity by bringing it down to 0, and let's just move over 1 frame, and then let's bring it back up to 1. Now let's just take this effect back to the edit page and let this render. But as you guys can see that just by simply doing this, we now have this really cool effect where each character is going to appear 1 by 1 in a random order. And this could be another interesting look, another interesting animation that you can create for this effect. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. And as always, I will see you next time.